So because this is where the patch notes are. So here's the patch notes side of the update. I'll I'll just clip this together with like everything else whenever I'm done. So of course, Bojack now being able to pretty much do a lot more damage with his skill 1. His energy blast explode's gonna be a lot longer. It's gonna like last a lot longer, and it's also gonna be easier to use faster. So this is the same thing we saw with the Gammas. Now he's going to be a lot faster with using his skills, especially his skill 3. But the major improvement of his entire kit is going to be that major buff to the speed down, being from a 15% speed down with Psycho Thread now to being 40% down, which is huge. You're pretty much going to be slow as a snail with this. Then, of course, we saw Android 17 with his barrier ball increase. He's going to be a major threat this season because he's just going to be more aggressive. And all of these changes right here allow him to play more aggressive. And it's going to be scary, honestly, having a very, very tanky Android 17 keeping your entire team alive here. The amount of extra health duration, both versions from his barrier and from his ultimate, are now going to be increased to an extra 2.5 seconds. So now it's going to be a lot. It's going to last a lot longer, so it's going to be more useful in terms of defending your teammates. And the decreased cooldown for Android Barrier is just huge. Oob has just got a second off. Now Oob's going to be a second faster with his shooting chaser. Dabra with the domain here. This is where we kind of like got into it before I stopped and looked a little too low and saw something destructive. Because no one expected all these buffs and nerfs to happen. You know what I mean? Nobody saw this coming. We should have saw this coming. I'm going to be real because, new season, maybe they would have implemented something. But I thought we were done with the last patch notes. But we got Demon's Domain, a major change to the petrification buildup for enemies within the AoE has been increased from 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 seconds. So the buildup is going to be a lot faster and more aggressive. Darkness Spear.
And frequent as well.
Yep, and frequent. Duration for no vanishing step applied to enemies adjusted. Now it's just going to be 4 seconds overall. So it doesn't matter if it's level 1, 2, or 3. The only difference is just going to be... I guess it's because at level... Like, it was a little broken. Let's say for like 5 seconds, no vanish step is just huge.
And you can target 3 people at the same time.
Yeah, so them just making it a basic 4 could be just like a joke or something, but we don't know. Well, I don't know. I think the 3-4-5 made sense, but now it's 4-4-4. So that adjustment just makes it good at the beginning of the game to good at the end of the game too. This is scary. This scariness I could see in this kit is insane right now. Movement speed boost effective on self increased for 4 seconds as well across the board. But Evil Flame going from 25 to an extra 35% down.
Oh my God.
Speed down. He's going to be chasing people like a dog. He's going to be even scarier than he was before. Like, you were like slowed down by like Evil Flame. Hence why I recommend Evil Flame for like a lot of builds. Because yes, his other skills do grant purification faster, but Evil Flame is how you catch them. And now that's even more devastating. That's crazy.
Yeah, if you see Dabra in the other team, you have to stay with your mates. You cannot be alone. That's it.
Oh my God. So now we're looking at defined combo card increases right now. This is huge. So one, we got a huge buff to build up. Huge. It's going to be literally a third stronger now than it was before. So all defense up increase went from 20 to 30. That's crazy. So
Vegeta is going to love that.
yeah. And then Steel Skin 2 is also getting a damage reduction increase from 8 to 10. So that's even bigger. Now full tank builds are just going to be disgusting.
Yeah, but is that like, in your opinion, is that completely game broken? Like just 2 points more? I don't know, especially in this meta. I don't know.
Well, you feel the difference as you kind of like build up, and you'd start to notice it as you kind of get further into the game that you'd take a lot more damage than the average player. But these changes, and I haven't even gotten to the crazy ones. So Guardian Angel damage reduction increased from 15% to 20%. So now you're giving your teammates an extra 20% damage reduction. So they're going to be a lot more tankier. That helps a lot of people in this meta. People
especially
like
with a
Android 18,
Gohan.
Android 18 Gohan, freaking 17 if you want to mix and match, you know what I mean? Just be a lot more tankier with your teammates.
Oh my god, with Guardian Angel, I think with a Gohan you can get more than 100% reduction damage, basically. If everybody is together and Gohan uses his skill, you know, for the shield one.
Yep. I think the biggest one here, though, is this defensive step card increase. Oh my god. What did they do? So, you know, I always recommend defensive step if you think you're going to struggle with, like, super attacks like Spirit Bomb and stuff like that. Because they're really strong, you know what I mean? Like, to take 35,000 damage off rip, you're pretty much dead if you're Piccolo and a lot of characters like that, you know what I mean? Now, the super attack reduction is from 50% to 75%. So you're literally taking that like 40,000 damage like Spirit Bomb and turning that into a 10,000 damage basic attack. That's what you're doing. People like defensive step is going to be more useful than barrier, hands down. And I think barrier should have gotten an update because barrier was very, very lackluster this season. Let's be real. Poke people enough, they just lose, especially against characters like Gotenks and stuff like that, where you're already hit before the battle even started, and you didn't even get hit with a real attack yet. You know what I mean? The kamikaze ghosts, order.
There is too much poke in the game for a lot of characters to actually make the vital profit of a solid barrier. Yeah, completely okay with that.
Yeah, it's huge, man. That's actually huge. And then damage reduction against other attacks besides super attacks is now 30%. So now it used to be 25%, now it's 30%. So they really, really want to bring this one like super, like they just want to shove it in your face now. That's pretty big.
Yeah, and that's crazy because defensive step is going to be crazy against Dabra, basically. Because everything is going to be chasing you, and even his ultimate is really big, so...
Yeah.
But it's not going to affect the petrify state, right? I don't think so.
No, but if you're dodging out of the way and you survive a lot of those attacks, you will lose petrification. So
yeah, makes sense.
You can't lock you down. If you could survive it, there you go. You know what I mean? This is huge, though. Helper buffs, and like these are huge. Attack buff went from 125 to 350. That's big.
Okay.
That's like almost a 2 times damage increase. No, that is a 2 times. That's almost 3 times the damage increase.
Oh, Piccolo is eating good this season, man.
Oh, dude, attack buff, just sitting in the back with an attack buff, then all of a sudden you just throw out that light grenade, it's over. Now Piccolo's sniping is going to get more annoying, especially in the early game. Early game is
not even with
stupid.
the light grenade, just like basic attack. Just like you have a basic attack of your attack and this fucking buff. You can snipe someone with just basic attack now.
Yeah.
This is
Piccolo's eating good. Push actually got a massive buff here. Except for its 3-meter pushback, now it's 5 meters. That's pretty far. So if you want to play a lot more defensive, I think the activation for pushback should have been a little faster, though, because I think we all kind of walked past it pretty often. It misses pretty often.
And to be honest, I don't think this is a major buff to push. The buff they can do with push is actually reducing the cooldown because it's really fucking big for not a long time, actually, of the pushing block of the Potamo, I think. Yeah. So yeah.
Defense buff. Oh, this is much needed defense buff. So Kaba now goes from 200 to 300 defense. Dude, tanks are going to be eating this season. Tanks are going to be unkillable this season.
Oh, Vegeta is a god now, the god of destruction.
And they also increased the AoE, which is something I really, 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 really wanted.
Yeah.
From 5
to
it 7.5.
I didn't know why actually like the fucking defense the attack up is like twice the size of Kaba and for no reason.
Yeah, but now like this gives you as a tank in the early game a lot more room to move, because to deal with a lot of like early game poke and stuff like that, you could also offer this to your teammate like Android 18 and stuff to help out with their really nerfed stats in terms of defense
Yep.
and HP.
And oh my god, the right dragon decreased.
Yep.
Oh my god.
That's honestly really nice because it was like the least picked because of how slow it is. Like, you're telling me I could only use the ride maybe 15 times per game, and that's pushing it. And now it's like very often now, which is going to be nice for characters like Caulifla and Cooler, who play aggressive and need that push. Quick zone. Movement speed increased from 35 to 50% faster. That's huge.
Again, it's really good, but like you said, it's the same as Botamo and the push one. It needs to be active a lot faster. Like sometimes you need to get away, and the thing is, you put the helper on the ground,
Yeah.
and you have to wait till it works.
And that really fucks you, because if you're being chased by someone like Android 17, Go tanks, they're just going to take your buff away or just take advantage of you.
Even in the other way around, if you are pursuing someone with a mate, it's too slow. You have failed to get the buff because you are out of the zone yet trying to get the guy. So
yep.
Before you get any speed up.
Now,
oh my god.
Now we go into the heartbreaking news.
Oh my god.
The nerfs.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. I'm good. SSG1 is good. SSG1 is nerf again. Fucking go.
Dude, they don't want Goku to farm. That's what they don't want. They don't want Goku farming. He farms too fast, maybe?
I think I said to you last time. They really hate instant damage. They really hate that. And to be honest, I cannot blame them. I mean, if you have a Goku and Kaioken, Kamehameha, Meteor Strike, and you're dead, it's not very fun. It's not very fun. So I get that, but he's getting a lot of nerf.
Yep. Oh man, Super Saiyan 3 Goku really took a hit this season. That damage that he used to have for the instant, the first hit, oh man, they gutted it. Now it's like tickling.
Yeah, and it's not a lot as well.
Yep, the follow-up damage, that's a nice early game buff, so now you're going to be able to use that early game Kamehameha to steal a little easier.
Yeah, to steal the creeps and stuff, to just steal bosses could be really fun as well.
Wow, they want you to use instant transmission Kamehameha, though. You can see it didn't get as bad of a nerf. But still, to go that low is pretty rough already. The follow-up damage, same increase as the normal one. So, I mean, you're not really getting much out of it. Honestly, the original damage was just impressive. Now it's like a little less, and that's not as good. Instant transmission.
That's cool. That's really good. That's really good. Oh my god. Yeah. You are teleporting, but not as close as before. So I think it's the distance of an evade, right? Of a teleportation.
Something like
the
that.
1.5.
The reason.
So, yeah.
I was going to say the reason why was because it made sense. Whenever you instant transmission Kamehameha, there's a lot of times where you use it and then all of a sudden the person's standing behind you. And there you go.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why I tell everybody who wants to hear me, SSG3 Goku is not fucking OP because you can escape that. But with that, not so sure now.
Oh my god. Cooler. What did they do to Cooler?
Bye, Cooler.
Dude, if Cooler wasn't like bitch made before, he is now. No Vegeta nerfs this season again.
No!
No Super Saiyan Vegeta nerfs at all.
God.
Dude, Super Saiyan Vegeta is eating that number 1 spot and staying there forever.
Okay, it's definitely the better tank out of all, just because he hasn't been nerfed, right?
No, he hasn't been touched. He's just perfect. But
Oh
check
my
this out.
God.
Check this out. So they gutted his HP and they gutted his armor. I'm guessing because he was too tanky in the end game and especially way too tanky in the mid to end game. But they're increasing his effectiveness after using his skills. But the problem that comes with this is the fact that the cooldowns are being increased for his skills. So let's just say if you're cooler and you fuck up and you don't get your Imperial retaliation, you're dead in the water. End game.
I think it's really good for the character because it's going to show like really bad callers and really good.
Yeah.
Who's just spamming. And the thing is, I think in the Japanese live they said it at some point, like getting his passive to work is really fucking easy. You said it, by the way. You said it.
Yeah, it is. It was super easy. Now it's like if you mess up, there's a high chance you're not going to get anything out of it.
Yeah.
And
my God. Yeah,
what I like to see here from Cooler though is Death Stomper being effective. The duration of it increased, which is really nice. I love to see that almost a full 2 times increase for Death Stomper. We love to see it. Death Stomper was like, it's really dope when chasing people down, and this is just going to secure that chase down for Cooler players to be able to handle a lot of other players in the game.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, and if you saw the movie, it's a bit like what I am sad about Gotenks, but it is one of these favorite moves to use in the movie, and fucking awesome when you land it.
Yeah. We got some Super Saiyan Caulifla 2, Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla nerfs here. We got Storm Kick now increased to 7 seconds. I'm guessing that's to deal with Cooler. Because Cooler and Caulifla literally just cancel each other out, so it's really hard to balance one if you're not going to fuck with the other one, because that's just what you're going to have to do, or else you're going to give one the upper hand over the other, because both their passives are so damn close to each other.
Yeah,
it's really hard to like go, okay, this is like, if I buff this character, no, I gotta nerf this character, but if I nerf this character, I gotta do this one. That's just.
And the thing is, Caulifla gets her passive way more frequently. She can mess up. It doesn't really fucking matter, to be honest.
Plus, she has a helper that helps her too, so that too.
Yeah.
Freaking, we Blaze Dive projectile speed decrease, so it's not going to be as quick, which is kind of rough.
Yeah. So no escape now. You cannot use it for escaping people.
True. Freaking cooldown increased on energy release is skill 3. But the effective duration is also being increased here, which I do like to see. Because both
that's good, yeah.
Energy Release and Death Stomper were just 2 moves in their arsenals that just didn't really affect any of the game because of how short they actually lasted.
Is that the actual length of a Super Kamehameha, by the way? Like 1.5 seconds? So she can deflect all the Kamehameha?
Possibly. I think it, because, well, I think you're talking about the extension that the Kamehameha also gets, but I don't know how much a level 3 Kamehameha already does. I think that's a second, and then the extension also increases that by 0.5. So possibly. I could be wrong, though. We'd literally have to sit in there and test it. Dude, Frieza nerf, slight Frieza nerf. Very, very slight Frieza nerf. Zarbon, the shortened cooldown. Now, this is so dirty. The reason why they're nerfing this is because this is so abusable. So fucking abusable. What you're doing is you're just putting Zarbon down for 2 seconds, picking him back up, 4 seconds later, drop him down again. Just put him in a reposition, and he just destroys so hard. And the fact that they're increasing this to 6 seconds after re-picking him up, that does make sense. Because the only way you can stop him is if you
especially
kill Zarbon.
Because he comes back full health, right? When you put that back.
That's if he's full HP, then he comes back in 4 seconds. Now it's 6 seconds. Slight change to Hyper Ultra Super combo from Super Saiyan Gotenks. Not really a big one. Like
It's okay.
2 seconds,
It's okay.
whatever.
Cannot poke it with it. I don't think you can poke it, poke the enemy team with it now. It's going to be harder.
Dude,
But not much of a cooldown, yeah.
they're gutting Goku Daima.
I think. Oh, he does damage way too much there. Oh my god.
The guts are insane. So they're reducing like all of his damage by like quite a bit. So now his end game damage is going to be so insignificant. I guess they really, really want him to focus on using his passives.
Yep.
But
me too. I think so.
That's like his passive ability kind of sucks. It doesn't do as much damage as something like Trunks' Z Sword and stuff like that. So why the fuck would you even use it if you can't perform? Plus, you're gonna get targeted if you even try to pull it off, because everyone else is just gonna try to skill spam you first. If you're trying to M1 fight them.
I think the move also is good in a kind of way. They want you to kill people with your ultimate, I think, so they don't give you enough damage to finish them without.
Yeah, but the ultimate's so hard to land. That's the problem with that ultimate. It does a lot of damage, but it's like worse than Android 18's ability.
Yeah. Oh my god, the help nerf.
Goku needs some love, man. Goku needs some love. Also, major metallic here. Mistranslation. So they called him like General or something like that in the mistranslation when they were first like leaking this stuff. Freaking. So this was crazy. The fact that they took that 20-second nerf. Plus, by the way, Steam Buns out of the meta. You're not going to be able to get Steam Buns in the Divine Choice anymore. So that's already a reason why you shouldn't pick major metallic. Not just that now. Like, freaking, now his cooldown is just from 20 seconds to 60 seconds. It's freaking insane.
The only thing that can use a Sergeant Metallic, in my opinion, is Piccolo and SSG3, just to get the guys behind walls. But now, why? Why? You can have, like, better with the attack up or the nail. Right?
Yeah. Oh my god. I just saw something. Okay, so some slight adjustments. They call these adjustments, but technically they're just minor nerfs. Let's be real. Adjustment. Android 18 is now getting Destructo Disc. Two stocks of Destructo Disc throughout her entire Destructo Disc run. So this is actually a very dope increase for Android 18, because this means she could proc her passive a lot more often. And I think that this is honestly a really good adjustment, because her not being able to just put out 2 Destructo Discs and having 3 when you're not really going to use it as often, just like doesn't really matter too much. Like, it's now she's going to be able to perform a lot like more consistent early game than the end game.
She's going to be scary, early game, and she wasn't, to be honest. Early game, it's either completely a stomp on your end or on her team, basically. So
yeah, if you're going against a good or bad one. But right here, Super Saiyan Vegeta adjustments.
Oh my god.
So they're increasing his early game HP and armor, which was totally unnecessary. He's already very tanky at the start of the game.
They are nerfing his total match HP at the end of the game, though, right?
It's an adjustment, so it's like you're still getting the same worth out of it, but the fact that it's like you're not gonna hit that, you're not gonna need to hit that freaking end game HP at all. That's the thing. You can, but that's still higher than everyone else's in the game, armor wise and everything. So the fact that he's getting that early game buff, on top of Defender, Defender Helper Kaba, just being on top of it too. Oh my god. He's going to have 6,000 adjusted defense off rip.
Oh my god.
Which is just going to make
I think
him
season
really...
2 is Vegeta season, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, the new Vegeta. That's right. The new Vegeta. We haven't seen anything from him yet. we haven't seen any stats or anything yet, so we'll have to see how he performs. If he performs like Vegeta or not.
It's just Vegeta, but in a different skin. That's it.
Dead ass. Same thing with like Goku, but freaking yeah. So Gekishin Burst, the burst system including Max Gekishin Burst, increase the damage based on the hero's level and duration of battle. So okay, so that means like it's not gonna be like you're gonna be throwing out some tiny shit just because you're wasting time or something like that.
Oh
That
yeah,
makes sense.
if I remember, also they wanted to get the burst of the Genkishin Max. It gave you temporary HP, so maybe it's going to adjust that as well. We don't know. So
Yep. We got the. Of course, we already talked about this in like my last video, honestly, which was the rank season changes. So now rank points are going to be a lot easier to obtain, but also a lot harder to lose, which is pretty nice. They're also implementing penalties against people who do leave the game and stuff like that. Yeah, freaking Cooler, bug fixes for Cooler.
oh my god, he's getting nerfed even if the bug fixes. Look at that.
Wow, yeah. Well, huh. That is kind of a nerf. I mean, if it worked the way it did before, that's kind of crazy.
So it was doing too much damage. I wasn't. I wasn't out.
Yep. No lie.
Okay.
I think that I don't. A lot of these don't really matter. I'm gonna be real. Freaking boost attack KO. Yeah. Missions, fixing some missions, fixing some quick battles, improvements. The tutorial got improved. That's right. This is a nice improvement we saw before, which was now you get Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo off rip, which is really sick.
Yeah. The Frieza bug fix is really good, actually. I got a lot of this problem with Frieza, where you want to spawn Zarbon, or Dodoria, and they are not getting on the ground near where you actually spawn them, basically.
Yeah, freaking. I get what you're saying. I personally have never ran into that, but yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the rest of this I've already seen or talked about before, so I'm not really tripping. Okay, game is back online though, so I think it's time we hop on.